shout out to Simply Khmer for hosting this. I think that this is the exact kind of business. It is the future of our economy here in Lowell. Family business, providing over 10 jobs, revitalizing a small part of a neighborhood, but also continue to build a cultural legacy and maintain a lot of richness from the Khmer community that's shared with the rest of us. Also want to thank so many people that embraced me when I first came to the city of Lowell. I was an outsider, and from day one I felt like an insider, and there were so many that contributed to that. I want to say thanks to so many that have inspired me since I've been here. Lowell is filled with an incredible diversity of people that come from different backgrounds, and through their actions, deeds, personalities, I've been inspired to stay here and get more involved. And I want to say thanks to all those folks that supported me getting here and that continue to support me moving forward. Everybody obviously here among the top of that list, so thanks. I think that this is a team effort, and while I'm the one standing up here, I feel like I'm standing on behalf of many. I really love Lowell. I think it's about the most genuine place I've ever been, and that's why I'm so committed to being here and getting more involved. I feel Lowell is the best that America has to offer. It's the true American experiment in action. Lowell has a unique education system that leads to innovation. That's innovation in technology, business practices, but also in the arts. And these things all feed our jobs and our livelihood, but also our soul. You can't help but be reminded of all the lessons that the city's history has to offer. And so I think that the beauty of the architecture, but also the fact that you walk through it and live in it every day, makes sure that the history is present all the time. And also, Lowell also is a community full of people that are from amazingly different places that have come together. And I think that because Lowell has opened its arms to so many, that cultural richness is really a defining factor of who we are. And I think that we're very much seeing the benefits of that cultural diversity every day. I believe that that's a genuine piece of what America is, and that's what makes America such an incredible place, is that we have opened our arms, and as a result, you know, we've given birth to so many new ideas and such a richness of people working together. But I also understand that the American experiment and the Lowell experiment, like all other experiments, requires constant fine-tuning, attention, adjustment, and that's why I'm getting involved. I think that this is an experiment that's living and breathing, and we're all part of, but it requires constant attention. And I think that I've had lots of experiences in my life. Spending a lot of time in the third world. I lived in a small village with no running water and no electricity, and you realize in that simplicity of life what community really means. And when people have so little else, community is the rock on top of which the individual stands. And it's a really important lesson that I bring with me, and I think applies equally to Lowell as it did in Manchones, in Nicaragua, in the mountains. Also, you know, as a landlord and somebody that had bought and fixed up an old house in Centerville, I learned and understood how a block comes together, and when one person starts fixing up their house and planting flowers, so does a neighbor, right? And so does a neighbor's neighbor, and quickly you become to realize that, well, that's contagious, right? And when you clean up your own property, and when your neighbors clean up their properties, you're not just investing in your home, you're investing in the relationship you have with your neighbors, right? And the relation you have with your neighborhood and your own community. And I bring that to this process of fine-tuning. And I've also been very lucky to work alongside very many young people and recently new refugees and immigrants that are rebuilding their lives despite adversity. And it's incredible the lessons that people can teach, and it's also incredible the resilience that people show when they're doing that. And having had the opportunity to understand the trials, but also the successes with those individuals informs my perspective in this process of fine-tuning. And moving forward, I'm very compelled to see this vision through. I think this experiment has a destiny, and Lowell has a destiny, and it's one where people feel good about letting their kids out in the streets to play because they're safe and they're clean, and they feel good sending their kids to the public school system knowing that they can stay in Lowell and get a PhD, and it's going to be a world-class education from start to finish, right? But it's a place that also celebrates the diversity of the city and the history of the city, and it recognizes that we have to continue what we've already been doing in the future, which means continuing to innovate, continuing to work together, and continuing to bring new people into the process with new ideas. That's why I'm running for city council, and that's why I'm hoping to run for all of you.